the service of ire.
Welcome back. It's time for Prime versus Prime. Creator up against Byun.
It's definitely prime time.
Absolutely so, no matter which way you look at it.
Creator against Byun is going to be a great game. Another Terran versus Protoss, and Creator already had to face a Terran player in the first round of today. He had to face Noblesse, took down the Terran player with a quick 2-0. Now he has to face his teammate, which makes things, of course, a lot more difficult.
So Byun will move on to face Kart in the final round of Code A, meaning that whoever wins that match will jump into Code S. Kart falling from Code S.
Yeah, Terran versus Terran in the third round.
So, you know, we talked about this being prime time. A lot of people might argue this is going to be the best match of the night. We are going to have two insanely good players clash against each other here. Byun definitely being in GSL a little bit longer, but only a little bit longer over Creator. Both these guys are old classics.
You know, personally, I think I'm more interested in the game between Alive and MC. This is one of the games that I'm really waiting for. If you, of course, look at it in Byun and Creator, it's a crazy match. But on the other hand, I personally have a bit of a problem with team kills, because it's just like they know each other, they train against each other, with each other for their matches. So I actually assume that we are going to see quite a lot of mind games here.
I think so. Well, let's take a look at their stats a little bit here. You can see Byun, as I said, just being in the GSL a little bit longer, has a few more games played. 64 versus 46 there. This guy's been around a long time, used to go by the ID Bleach, was a Protoss player and played for Nex, and then of course when Nex merged with Zenith, was a Zenix player.
Bleach is not really the best nickname for him. I can see him resemble Urio a little bit, but I personally always thought that Urio is a little bit of a nerd and not a dog. So
I think he really likes to wear white clothes a lot, and he puts bleach in his laundry.
Yeah.
I think that was why.
But if you, yeah, maybe. But I think if you name yourself Bleach, you should kind of resemble a Bleach character that is like really cool. Reggie, for example. Well, I don't know. Being as it is, Byun is definitely a nickname that suits him a lot better.
I like it. He's got some of the sickest hair the GSL has ever seen.
He's L. He is so L.
Have you noticed that Creator changed his hair slightly and almost, it's like, it doesn't resemble Byun's hair at all, but it like takes one step closer to Byun's hair?
Creator has this face where he's currently getting more and more badass.
Yeah.
This shy kid is slowly but steadily fading out, and there's this badass Creator, the new boss toss basically. Yeah. But guys, we jump into this game. Map number 1, Creator up against Byun. Starting to the bottom right is the Protoss player for the Prime team. We have him in the red color now, and his ID of course is
Creator Prime.
This guy is such a beast.
Losing his innocence, man. He just destroys people.
Yeah.
He doesn't think twice about it. He does all-ins more often these days.
No remorse, no regret, no conscience. He will take you down no matter what. To the top left we have his opponent, his teammate, Terran player called
Byun Prime.
Oh man.
You have to have seen Byun at some point at a Code A qualifier, for example, to really appreciate how awkward in a positive way this guy is sometimes. It is priceless. He's great.
He's got a lot of stuff to do. He's got to go home after this and try to figure out how he can prove that Light Yagami is actually Kira.
That is so true. If you see him actually sit in a chair at the Code A qualifier, it was already a while ago, of course, it resembles L so much, it's not even funny anymore. I would not be surprised if he had like 5 death notes stacked back at home.
He probably does, man. Well, Creator coming in here just doing a little bit harassed. The most important part, though, is that he was lucky. He was able to scout cross positions and see the gas first. And even despite being able to see this, he's going to go for a Nexus first. Yeah. Kind of hard to change your build when you're this far in.
Yeah, the Nexus first has been started for Creator. He has been such an amazing player for months, for an eternity already, but just recently he is finally able to also make it work offline. And the studio, we talked about this quite a while, especially during the WCS qualifier. If you followed those games, you will know. And if not, we are of course happy to tell you again. Online, he's a beast. was for ages because he is more confident. In the booth in the studio, he was a little bit more nervous, but he's shaking it off these days, and it just shows. He's killing nerds left, right, bottom, and center, as Tastos would say.
Yeah, he certainly is. All I'm thinking about right now is Byun he's actually L. Like, I'm trying to figure out who Kira is. Kira is actually Hangen. They worked closely together. Why do you think Hangen left Prime and retired from pro gaming? I don't know. I think there might be something going on here. Suddenly players get quote-unquote wrist injuries. You think that's a coincidence? You don't think Hangen's behind it all?
Exactly. It's medical reasons.
Yeah. Shoulder disc problems. So, second gate finishing up for Creator, who did go double gate before core, as you can do this with Nexus first. He's got a ton of chrono energy to use once that core is finished.
I mean, I have to come back to it, but it's just in general. Of course, sometimes people really have medical issues, but these days, if you actually don't want to play for some reason, medical issues is the new, well, my dog ate my homework.
Yeah. But let's be real for a second. I think everybody knows what's really going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but we have this cute dog, and it's like a puppy, and it just ate my homework. I'm sorry. I really did it, though. I really did it. I promise.
Yeah.
I swear.
Really so.
Look into my puppy eyes. I'm not lying.
Look at the top post on Reddit. It must be true.
Has to. Well, but look at this. We have now Marauders being built and also Hellions, so this could actually be a lot more aggressive than originally assumed.
Yeah, this is a very scary build. Right now, he doesn't even know the position.
I did not just expect a build like this. I expected aggression when we saw the gas, but this is such a difficult build to stop.
And especially with the Nexus first. But the thing is, it's cross visions. It's the worst case scenario for Byun.
That's true.
And also, he didn't know about the build. He doesn't know what he's facing. He's just kind of doing this blind, and it's actually good against almost anything. So that's pretty much okay. But Creator, he's going to need a few more units than this. He's used a lot of Chrono Ninja on Warp Gate research, which means his units are actually less than they could be. You should actually have those two Stalkers pretty much out by now.
I'm actually worried for Creator here. This is such a strong attack, and if Byun is able to make those Marauders work, there are 3 of them on the map already. He's getting another one, and with all those Hellions, the Zealots won't be a big issue.
This is what he needs. He needs to see with the probe, and he does. Will he pull his probes out? I think he needs to pull the probes out.
It doesn't make a difference against all these Hellions, Wolf.
Yeah, he's got to pull that Stalker back. Does not. Uh-oh, the Zealots are dead for sure.
Where's the rest of the Marauders?
They were...
He's getting SCVs,
one's
another
on the
Marauder is walking across the map. He has 4 Marauders, but where on earth are they?
Yeah, 2 are behind, 1 was on the watchtower. But even with just pure Hellion against this, he can stutter for some time.
Yeah, but there are so many Stalkers right now.
He needs those Mars.
Yeah, here we go. But a little bit too late. At this point, we already have 7 Stalkers with more Marauders in the front. We would have been able to do so much more.
And he's got the 3rd gate.
And another round of Warpinds will be ready in just a few seconds. And as long as he focuses those Marauders down, he will be fine.
See what he does. 2 more Zealots being warped in here, and I think he may have been able to just hold this.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way for Byun to break through.
I thought that his Mars or with his army may have been a mistake by him. Either way, it takes so long to walk across the map. That's the big problem here.
I had the same assumption. I thought there were at least 3 Marauders when he started to push with his Hellions, but there was only 1. And 1 Marauder is just not enough to deal with the Stalkers. The Hellions are great for dealing with the Zealots, but in the end, you need something to take those Stalkers down. And Creator just had too many. He had 7 of them. And that's something that you just can't threaten with the composition that Byun had.
Byun is now desperately backpedaling. He's trying to get the command center up. It's halfway done. Stim is almost done, but he doesn't have the force to really make that work anymore. He's got only 3 Marauders on the map.
Yeah, and the big problem is that he didn't do any damage to the economy, you know? Now we have 42 Harvesters against just 30, and Creator can do whatever he wants. This guy is now following his plan, and he has already an Immortal on the high ground too. There's no way that Byun can break through, and the more time Creator has, the better his tech will be. He's getting the Twilight Council now, we have him with a Forge, and another Immortal on the way too. He has just this huge advantage.
I think Byun needs to do something like take a hidden command center, because if he doesn't do this, then how is he going to have any hope of actually catching up economically and army-wise? He's going to have to take a big risk. He's just kind of floating around with his Hellions right now. He still has 6 of them on the map, but Hellions become less and less useful in this matchup the longer the game goes on, because the Frost gets more Stalkers, gets those upgrades out.
He has 5 Marauders now, and he's getting the +1 attack upgrade, but the big problem is that it's too late to put any aggression on Trader. Trader has such an advantage that he just has to play it safe. There's literally like no way that Byun can catch up with Trader when it comes down to the economy. If Trader doesn't make any like huge mistake, but he's chrono boosting well, he's getting the armor upgrade with gateway units, he has also Blink on the way, pulling out a little bit, making sure that these Hellions just can't do anything.
Yeah, he's very careful here. Yeah, okay, they sneak by, but there's an Immortal and Zealots and a Stalker there. He just has to warp in.
But this could get ugly. He has more Stalkers in the main base, and they will be able to take him down. Boom, 1, 2, yeah, few probes died, but actually, how many did he kill? 4, maybe 5. That's about it. Still 43 to the 37.
Plus, he's had the extra mining. It's not just about the workers that he's had now, but all the workers he had before just mine so much more.
The tech. We already have the Robotic Spade coming up. He has a 3rd base in the making. And now he's just walking across the map with his army. We have 48 army supply against 38.
And he's just trying to slow this army down.
Blink. It's just not to be there in time in order to make this work. This one Hellion will annoy him. He will have to warp in. Nope. He takes it. Doesn't even have to reveal his Blink deck.
Third base is up way ahead for Crater. And with these upgrades, it's just not going to attack. You know, Byun is on the defensive. He's like trying to buy time with Hellions and things like this because he's so scared that Crater's going to attack him with better upgrades and a better army. But actually, the reality is Crater has no intention of doing so. He's just going to poke around with his Blink Stalkers a little bit.
Wolf, I'm completely honest with you. I thought with the initial attack, Byun would do so much more damage, but with him doing nothing, basically, Crater is in this great position. Yes, we have this dominance or this presence on the map now for the Terran player who tries to make the sky composition work, but still, if Crater just buys himself a little bit more time, he will have Colossi out, he has a range upgrade, he has an upgrade advantage over his opponent, the 3rd base.
Oh, this is a poor Blink.
That was a really bad Blink.
And now he loses several of his units. This is a moment where Byun is going to try to grab an Immortal maybe, but all the force fields are too good. Great pickup there. That was the pickup of the century.
Yeah. He just saves them in time, but this was really scary. When he Creator blinked forward right into all these fire units, the Stim followed immediately, and Byun was able to do a lot of pressure here. But just look at those Stalkers. They just chase down everything, every Marauder there is. Nice targeting here by Byun, though.
He's trying to do what he can with very little, but the reality stands. 3 Nexi, 2 command centers. He doesn't even have a 3rd command center built. He hasn't even started one.
Yeah, we even have Gas now taking the 3rd base, which is of course really important. You can see here at the income tab that Crater is far ahead of his opponent when it comes down to Gas. Adds additional tech now, of course, because he can. Has a +2 armor upgrade coming up, whereas on the other hand we have now Byun with +1.
Yeah, he doesn't have a second eBay. He doesn't have an armory. He doesn't have a chance, really. He's trying his best to hang in there. But this is just an unwinnable battle.
He's just hoping for mistakes. If Crater makes any huge mistakes, then Byun will be able to get back into the game. But as it is right now, we have so many advantages for Crater that it should be impossible for Byun to come back. He really has to hope for some mistakes. But Crater just doesn't make any. Look at this. He has the Stalker in a position, he has the cannon there, he has everything. He knows exactly what can kill me right now, what could pose to be a problem. Exactly, drop play. So let's put up an Observer in position, get the cannon, get a few units behind, and make sure that there's nothing happening in my main base. Brilliant.
Even the pylon over there on the right side being spotted and cancelled. What, I mean, Crater totally in the know of where his opponent is. Yeah, he lost that pound to the right side, that's fine. He was able to find his opponent's army with that. Just that little thing.
Storm is being researched, going for charge, getting every single upgrade in the book in order to just make sure that he will have the advantage in the fight later on. He knows that he's in a great position, and we still don't have a 3rd base for Byun because he wants to finish this 2 bases with 1 big push.
Oh, he's pulled all of his SCVs.
Yeah.
It's time to try to end the game.
Yeah, as I said, he doesn't even want to expand. He wants to finish this with 1 big push on 2 bases, pulling every single SCV. This is his last chance. This is literally an all-in. If he loses here, then there's no chance of recovering.
He's taking out some Colossi here.
Oh, and those Stalkers that were to the left are also dead. Creator needs to be a bit careful
Yeah,
here.
he drops in supply. The SVs are at the back. That's one big problem.
Storm is not done.
Oh, the Vikings take out the Colossus. Now the SVs are at the front. Byun, can he do it? Oh my god, the Zealots are not able to fight.
There's no Storm. He doesn't have Storm.
No
Storm will be done in
Storm.
just a few seconds, but does he have enough time? Suddenly Creator's also dropping in supply. There's the Storm, but this
It's
Storm
on the
was-
Protoss army though.
Exactly, this Storm didn't do him any good at all. He
Warpins
needs
are
another
coming though, and he may be able to hold yet.
Yeah,
The
he
Immortals
will.
are doing damage.
There's no way for Ghost King or for Byun to win this. He's being chased down already. He's losing way too much. Creator still at 108 supply. Has 54 harvesters against 28.
GG. A close call there. Byun pulling the SCV is going for the attack, but Creator sighs of relief as he takes game one. Going with a Nexus first versus Gas first. Holds off the pressure.
And this looked scary for a second in the last fight.
Yeah, it
Storm
certainly
was done.
did.
He was in a bit of an awkward position. He tried to get out of it. Those Vikings did a lot of damage to his Colossi, but there was just too much. The warp-ins were too strong. And of course, the upgrade advantage also something that worked in his favor.
Well, Byun not looking too happy about that, but he actually he played a game that was risky. He said, I'm going to do a Gas first all-in that requires me to walk across the map, even on the biggest map in the map pool. I'm just going to do that. He got unlucky with positions. He had the worst positions possible for that attack. Now he's down a game. He's going to have to face him on Daybreak.
Our second map in this best of 3. Because a lot of pressure now on Byun. Has to be really careful here. Creator showed in the first game already how strong he is, that there's a reason why this Protoss player is feared by his opponents. It's a little bit like a young Harry Potter. And when this guy works his magic, you better take cover.
You better, man.
The countdown has started, ladies and gentlemen. We are jumping into game number 2. Daybreak is the map in this Terran versus Protoss. We have Prime Time once again. Creator Prime up against his teammate Byun. Game is about to start here at the GSL Korea, brought to you by Colin Wolf.